It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Jets and the New York Giants, next on Madden Football.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Graham Gano out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Xavier Gibson now to return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football's in front of them. Major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Fields. That's caught. He finds Alan Lazard. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Fields on first down. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
Brian Daboll has that challenge flag pulled. He wants to take another look at this. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens, because you've got to make that transition from college, where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think everybody in the building was already thinking about the next play to run as they watched that short throw to the tight end. That's a gimme. You don't expect to see many of those dropped.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Another throw for Fields. That's complete to Wilson. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hall. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
3rd down give to Hall. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. They go right back to Hall. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Now it's Fields. Buys time, rolling right. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Jets finish up an excellent opening series. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Anders Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Giants out and getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by this promising young signal caller, already a starter in his first season out of Ole Miss.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3-and-out to begin the game.
And it's a nickel look from the Jets. 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it'll be Jets football. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds. You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Fields out of the gun. Wilson on the slant. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First down, ball at the 36. Hall takes it straight ahead. Jukes out a one-stop. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get in that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
2nd and 3 now. Fields to throw it. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. Now Fields. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, New York! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Complete out to the right. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And he's getting the call for the 2nd time this game. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. And the fair catch secured here at the 16. No return on that punt. And the Jets are starting deep from their own territory here. They'll start this one out with Hall. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brian Burns coming up with the stop. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 21. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
That's the end of the first quarter in this battle of New York franchises. It's a 2-score game early. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. They'll have an easy 3rd and 1. They send a tight end in motion. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a gain of 4. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
First down throw for Fields. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off play action, it's Fields. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Fields to throw. Complete beyond the marker. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. He'll throw it yet again. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That is some old school brutality. An offense close to a first down, a defense that knows there's a run headed right its way. In a battle of wills, the offense gets it done.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Play action, Fields. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and really importantly as a check down outlet on short throws.
2nd and 8. Finding Reynolds. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Fields now on 3rd. Hall there to haul it in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
All set up now for 1st and 10. They go play action here. Finds his fullback. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still on your roster? Yes, coach. Then you're going to be just fine.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hall running between the tackles. And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets take a 20-zip lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Now here comes the New York offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. From the 36. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Receiver in motion, going left. Throw on third down. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I can tell you what, that was the goal from the moment he took off. Kept his eyes locked on the chains and made sure he set them up with a new set of downs. Well done.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw it on first down. That pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Tracy. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And the Giants will have a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 29. And there, it's Malik Neighbors. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
When you throw that comeback route versus zone, you have to see the underneath defenders. It's frankly easier, Kate, to throw it versus man-to-man. You know where everybody is. But in zone, you better trust your eyes underneath. And when you do, there's completions like that to be had.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal. They'll throw it. Yeah, this is caught. Touchdown, New York! The Giants chop some of the lead off before the half. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants get it back to a 14-point game. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Jets and Breece Hall about set to go on offense. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Fields on first down. He beams one deep right side. It is caught at the 20. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets boat racing them to the halftime locker room. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Giants about to get to work on offense. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To throw here on first down. Hits him on the out route. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This finds Bellinger. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Working quickly here. From the 41. This is complete to Neighbors. And they get this down to the 28. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it again. Caught by Theo Johnson. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun now on 3rd down. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. Trying to force one through there. So it's going to be 4th and short.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
The kick by Gonzalez is good. And it gets a fraction closer as the lead's down to 18.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. All right, snap and a quick kneel down, and the final few seconds are going to lapse here in our first half. So we have hit halftime with the visiting Jets, and of course we say visiting in air quotes here, leading the Giants in their own stadium. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants offense with the football. They'll get it first in this second half. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Drive starts with an option, right side. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Will McDonald there on the tackle.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against a front, gosh, this QB just makes routine. Such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Motioning him from the slot right. From the 31. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. A give right side to Tracy. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. They go right back to Tracy. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Second down now, 7 to go. Throwing from the gun here. Connects with Johnson. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Flush down now to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. From the 23. He's got Bellinger. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First down from the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Flushed out of the pocket. He's keeping it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. He'll throw it. This one's caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
On 4th down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Gano ready to send this away. Gibson now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Jets are headed back out there now, led by Justin Fields. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Finding Reynolds. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw for Fields. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 46. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
The Giants offense all set to get started. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They go play action on 1st. Buying some time left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Staying between the tackles with Tracy. He finds space for a few yards that time. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Give him 3 on that run. 3rd and 12 coming up. Pass play now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Jets are going to have it back, and it's marked at the 38. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Completed over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Second and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Completed to Reynolds. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll give the Jets a first down. Now Fields. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's going to be second down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. This is Hall. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Micah McFadden able to make the play. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be third down. Fields out of the gun. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Hall's going to try to smash his way in. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain that time, and they'll have second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Trying again, Hall. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal. Throwing from the gun. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets have likely locked up the win right there. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jets grow the lead now to 22 points. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gray now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Second and 4. Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Giants will have a first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. To throw it on first down. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Gets this to Slayton. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. He'll throw it yet again. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. A handoff to Tracy. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. He finds Neighbors right side. And that's a New York touchdown. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
And now the Giants keeping the offense on the field. We've got a 2-point attempt coming up. He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
And the Jets are able to recover the kick. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the gun, it's Hall. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
They give on second to Hall. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
And the Giants going nickel, third down coming. Back now, pressure on its way. Hall there to haul it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Fourth down punt upcoming, Brock, and here's Austin McNamara to put his leg into it. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Throwing the out route complete. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Pass play on 1st and 10. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And now they face 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Connects with Slayton. And he's gonna be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Need to work as quick as you can here, Brock. 2 timeouts left, down 2 scores. It's 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds his target, Robinson. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 29. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. They'll throw it again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Putting the tight end in motion. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up. Looking to throw it. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up fourth down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Throwing now. That'll be the first and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. From the red zone now. And don't leave just yet, fans. He's got it for the touchdown. And there's still a small chance, Brock, that this one isn't over. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure.
And this is going to be cut for 2, so some fight left in them. Love it. It is back to a one-score game. Okay, partner, in that spot, you know you got to go for it there. Make it a one-score game. How do you come up with a call that works when that defense knows from the start of things that you're going for 2?
Because, Kate, we're talking about practice. Yeah, we're talking about practice. You actually practice those plays, and you come up typically with 2 or 3 two-point conversion plays every single week. You practice them, you rep them, so when it's called like that, you're ready for the moment.
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And the Jets come up with a football that should just about ice this game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Their lead still more than a field goal, thankfully, should the worst happen, Brock. But obviously the goal here is to hang on to the ball and try to run this game out.
Yeah, the goal is to get to the best formation in the history of offensive football. The victory formation.
The victory formation,
That is all that you're thinking right now is just make these plays, run out this clock so we could take one more knee and celebrate.
This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the win goes to the Jets. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.